Hello everyone, welcome to the December 2025 Hero Studio Card Kit of the Month. Let's take a closer look at what's included in this month's kit. First up, we have the Your Super stamp set. This is a 6x8 clear stamp set with the Your Super coordinating dies in the back. As you can see, this set has a wonderful soup theme. There's also layer stamps in this stamp set that make stamping this dimensional looking pot and bowl of soup super easy. And of course, there's a bunch of vegetables and wonderful soup themed sentiments. Next, we have the Big Squishy Hugs die set. This is a very creative and unique die set that builds a sweet panel of 2 interlocking arms. You can use these arms for lots of different things. You can put different die cuts or stamped images between the 2 arms. The set does come with a heart die that you can then place that die cut between the arms. There's even some dies to create some different sleeves for some added personality and flair. Next, we have our brown acrylic speckle. This is also included in the December card kit. This is a wonderful medium that you can use to add speckles and splatters to your projects. Because it is an acrylic, it will stay opaque and true to its color even on dark cardstocks. Also included in the card kit are 10 half sheets of colored cardstock in the colors of pomegranate, poppy, carrot, terracotta, cinnamon, beeswax, saffron, Tuscan, truffle, and alabaster. And that includes all the products included in the December card kit. Now that we've looked at all the products, let's create a card. I'm going to start by stamping the outline image for the pot of soup in intensified black ink onto some white cardstock. I am using a alcohol marker friendly ink because I will do a little bit of Copic coloring to the outside of the pot later on. I am going to use some of these layered stamps, actually I'm going to use all of them for the pot here, to create a really dimensional looking bowl of soup, starting with that base layer for the soup, stamping it in pumpkin. Then I'll grab this detail layer that goes right on top of the base, and I'm going to stamp it in cranberry first. I'm actually going to stamp it in 2 inks. Stamped it a couple times in cranberry first, and then I grabbed sand, a really light tan, and stamped it over the cranberry, and that just softens and takes away some of the bright red look of the cranberry ink, dulls it down a little. Now I'm going to grab this final detail layer for the outside of the pot, positioned it over my stamped image, picked it up, and now I'm going to stamp it in Butterbar, a wonderful yellow ink. With that complete, I'm going to go ahead and stamp my other images and color those off camera. Now we're going to move on to creating a pair of arms to kind of add and build our scene with. I've die cut the 2 arms out of alabaster cardstock, and then of course cut the arms free from the rest of the panel and then glued my sleeves to the arms. Now we're going to move on to creating a speckled panel for our background. I have an A2 panel of alabaster cardstock, and I'm going to use the brown acrylic speckle to add some texture and interest to the background. I just squeezed some out to acrylic block and then used my brush to splatter it over my panel. I do recommend with all of our speckles that you do use a splatter box to keep your workspace nice and clean. Once that speckle panel was dry, I added it to an A2 top folding card base, also added a half panel of terracotta below, and then you can see I've added all of my stamped and Copic colored die cuts to the panel, as well as those 2 arms and our sentiment. Now we're going to finish up this bonus tag that I've created. I've printed out some soup instructions because I'm going to add this tag to a handmade soup mix that I'm going to give away with the card and a basket full of some other wonderful soup goodies. I've added some more stamped images and die cut images to the front of the tag, as well as a sentiment. And that actually completes my 2 projects. I really love the way these turned out, and I'm so excited to complete this gift here. I'm going to add the tag actually straight onto my soup mix, and I just love the way it looks, especially with that wonderful layered soup and all the wonderful earthy colors. This is such a fun gift, and I can't wait to put it all together. I hope you guys enjoyed today's projects, and I cannot wait to see what you guys create.